Hi, it's Alaska Granny. Part of being a prepper means stockpiling food and supplies that you intend to use in the future. Well, sometimes we put food away and we may not get back to it in exactly the date on it, which sometimes that's okay. Lots of foods will last long past the date. It's a best by use by sell by date, not an expiration date. I've certainly noticed in the last year or two that older cans are more sturdy than newer cans, and they never used to have a pop top, so we didn't worry about the pull tab letting loose on a can. I've only had one pop top can that didn't last the entire time, and I've had several types of just cans, especially fruit, that didn't last, that the food doesn't last forever. I have some cans of green beans, and you can see they're dated 2015. Well, this is 2023, so I thought it would be a great day to open up one of them and see if they're actually still any good. A few years ago, I opened up some old green beans, and they actually looked blue, and they didn't look right at all. But you can't tell by looking at the can. The ends are still concave, the can is in one piece, nothing looks leaking, bulging, nothing looks weird. So let's give this can a further inspection. We're going to go ahead and open it, make sure nothing spurts, and see if everything smells and looks normally. Because if it does, it's likely safe to eat. Let's check it out. Something I noticed when I picked up the cans is that the older can feels heavier than the newer can, yet they both contain the same amount of cut green beans, 14.5 ounces. So I thought, well, this may not be the fanciest scale ever, but let's just weigh the two cans and see if they actually weigh the same. That would be, the only difference would be the weight of the can. First, let's weigh the old can from 2015. Okay, you can see it goes all the way down to the red, which would be 18 ounces, I suppose. Now let's remove that and put on the newer can and see if it goes down the same way. And the answer is no, it does not. Can you see that? It only goes to 17. So the old can actually weighs an extra ounce. So what are we going to say is the difference here? It must be the can. Anyway, let's go ahead and open this up and see if the 2015 green beans are still any good. Nothing should ever spurt or smell bad, so pay attention when you first puncture the can. Nothing spurted. Oh my gosh, look at that. They look perfectly fine. They're beautiful. Like I said, one time I opened some and they were blue. They didn't look right at all. But these still look great. They still have the right texture. They smell okay. Oh my gosh, they taste fine. These look okay, they smell okay, they taste okay, and actually no one is more surprised than me because I was not expecting them to be okay, and here they are. 8 years expired and they're perfectly fine. So I'm going to go ahead and serve them for dinner. I was disappointed in myself because I actually had 10 cans of these. I don't belong to Costco, I never have, but years ago one of my friends was going and I went along, and so of course I had to stock up on some canned food, and luckily here it is. It's probably 10 years since I bought them and they're still perfectly fine. The truth is, a lot of foods will last long past the date, but we shouldn't plan on it. We should try to rotate foods a little closer to the date and within a few years or so, but you never know. But if you have a food that's expired, don't be afraid to check it out. It might be perfectly fine. You might find that you waited too long and it isn't any good anymore, and that has certainly happened to me, but not as often as I found foods that were perfectly okay. So yeah, 10-year-old green beans, they're great. So if you enjoyed my video, I hope you'll share it with someone else you think might like it. And please subscribe to the Alaska Granny channel.